Mayor, I think we discussed, you all don't have any other business
Thank
you, Mitch.
to discuss.
Included the business for which we're here, to entertain a motion to adjourn. Have a motion, second, all those in favor?
You don't have to leave. I mean, you can stay. I mean, you know, it's kind of nice to have you here.
You're welcome to stay. So far from, as Lisa saw or looked at them or looked over, or, you know, is it something, the documents, the
IRBs?
the paperwork we've got from the IRBs and all that? No, I mean, is it pretty much similar to the other ones? I didn't
They basically just changed the
copy,
wording.
change the wording.
I looked at what it was saying.
Yeah.
I think we didn't look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because let me read this to you real quick, and this is right off the Kentucky, the state's website. Basically, beginning in 2015, Kentucky distilleries are set to gain an income tax credit for the state and local, which is very key to us, local property taxes paid on aging barrels of bourbon. Distilleries are required to invest the tax credit in capital improvements, including construction, renovation, tourism-related facilities, and equipment. So the bottom line is, and it doesn't take effect till 2019, but it's been passed, it's done deal. It was passed 2015. My point here is that I really think that's something that we need to look at, because if the state, if they can receive a tax credit for every dollar they spend with us, and they can get a tax credit with the state, then I know last time, for example, we took the hit, and the state got paid on their tax end of it. And I'm thinking maybe this time we get paid and let the state help us out. So, but anyway, I know Mr. Irvin will look into that, but I think that's something we definitely need to get
No doubt.
solid clarification on.
I agree.
Thank you.
IRBs, well, I'm sure before this can be finalized, we got to have the location and
Exactly.
the,
Right.
a whole lot more elaborate.
Exact
detail
dollar
of what-
amount that they're requesting.
I believe we need to have some kind of long-term projection,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of money.
Well, I think it was very nice of them to take their time and come explain to us. Appreciate it. So
Me too.
we'll take it and move forward from there. What do you got up next, Judge?
Well, I'm on the agenda. We've had a couple things change on the agenda, so I think Mr. Sandusky's in a hurry and Mr. Mudd might be
We
in a
need to-
hurry, my
Well,
understanding.
he's in no hurry, but I told him I kind of get tired of looking at him back there, you know.
We're going to shoot him up on the agenda, which is,
Shoot him up there.
Go feed the cows.
He's got cattle to feed, boys. Hey.
item number 13. I'd like to go down to it. Consider approval to the reappointment of Earl Sandusky Jr. to the Marion County Water District.
Motion.
Second.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Earl, thank you for all, for your work.
Appreciate it.
Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Judge, we need to do the minutes from
We
last
do.
meeting.
That's my next
Oh,
item
okay,
here.
I'm sorry.
Item number 1 is consider approval of minutes of previous meeting held December 7, 2017.
Second.
Mr. Masters, yes. Mr. Webb. Mr. Wicker.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Elder.
Absolutely.
Unanimous.
Item number 2 was a recognition of Joe Kent Shoemaker, which he's not coming tonight. Mr. Tatum is on the Gravel Switch Fire Department. I would like to thank him for all the services he's done for that fire department. He's done a lot. They've got it organized, and they're doing really, really good. So
Oh, Joe Kent couldn't make
I
it?
do appreciate his time that he did put in down there. And
Is he off, is he retiring? I mean, is he?
yeah, he's off the board. So
He's done it.
Jason Tatum has stepped up to fill
Fill the
that role.
Good
So
deal. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Jason for doing that.
Big
also.
shoes to fill, because I tell you what, Joe Kent came in when, as you know, when it was, he
So I'd like to
did a
thank
very good job.
Thank Joe Kent for that. Like I say, I wish he'd have came tonight, but I understand
He's
he's
got
one of those guys that don't like to be thanked. He
Kinda
done
shy.
that publicly, sure was good. But
whatever mashed potatoes.
item number 4 is consider approval of the Marion County Clerk's 2018 budget.
Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Master?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Unanimous. Thank you.
Item number 5, consider approval of annual order setting maximum amount for deputies and assistants for the 2018 clerk's office.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Master?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 6, consider approval of the Marion County Sheriff's 2018 budget.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Master?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker? Yes. Unanimous.
Item number 7, consider approval of annual order setting maximum amount for deputies and assistants for the 2018 Sheriff's Office.
Second.
Master?
Yes.
Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Item number 8, consider approval of contribution for startup funds for the 2018 Sheriff's Department.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Master?
What are we gonna do there, like 9 months, something like that? Year, what?
It's got it on there.
And also, want to advance them $100,000
For
to
their,
get them started, they have to start from zero, so.
Yeah,
with
that's
that,
fine.
All new payroll stuff is going to, really not sure exactly what it's going to do.
Sounds good.
yeah.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you. Mr. Master?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Number 9 is going to be at the next meeting. Item number 10, consider approval of pauper funeral.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Master? Yes. Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Consider the reappointment of Lisa Nally Martin to the local Board of Health.
Is she, okay with that?
I don't know if we really need to share her, you know?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Webb? Yes. Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Master?
For sure, yes.
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
Item number 12, consider approval of the 2018 holiday schedule for Marion County Fiscal Court.
Second.
Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Webb? Yes. Master? Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Is there any paid holiday for Master Sunday?
No. 24/7.
Item number 14, consider approval to notify Codell of possible removal of defective columns. That's to put everybody that's been affected on notification so we can proceed with that process.
Definite motion on that.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker? Yes. Mr. Master?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 15, consider approval to transfer for the detention center and EMS.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Master?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Next item is department reports. Jimmy?
Not much. Everything's going good out there. We get through these days,
Amen to that.
Kids hoping for snow, Jimmy, don't be a Grinch.
I'm with Jimmy.
Move north.
That's right.
Jerry, what kind of phone we got? What kind of phone we got?
We got plenty of salt though, so we'll be okay.
Yeah. Salt to keep on it.
Jimmy, have a Merry Christmas. Appreciate all you have.
Appreciate what you've
Thanks,
done.
sir. Appreciate your effort, buddy.
Yeah.
That's the road that goes by where Mark's Boone put the granary back to the fire tower. That was originally named Industrial Park Road. That is, according to the post office, that is in conflict with the name Industrial Drive that we currently have. So we got a hold of the Industrial Foundation who initially named that road Industrial Park Drive. So would you really need to change it? So they came up with a name, and I've talked with Magistrate Well about it. They would like to name it Limestone Ridge Lane.
Limestone Ridge Lane.
Can you get that on a sign, Jimmy?
Can we get all that on there? Double it up a little bit?
Motion?
Webb,
Yes.
Mash,
Yes.
Mr. Elder,
Yes.
Mr. Wicker.
Limestone Ridge Lane.
Yes.
The second thing I have is, you all had allocated $1,600 for the signboards that Newcomb Graphics provided for us to distribute to the new addresses in the county. Under catch-up from before. He had originally figured $200 for him doing it at his office, and we're gonna do it from my office, Sharon and I. So he's gonna take that $200 fee for his labor, and he's gonna buy more signboards and numbers.
Excellent.
So we'll get some more signboards.
Good deal.
Excellent.
That'll work.
Thank you, Keith.
And the last thing that I've got is, this is from Sharon. It was kind of an afterthought. She didn't do a report, but I wanted to read this to you. It says, this regards the hydrant project. We completed mapping the hydrants in the county, and Jimmy Mudd was really good at providing us locations on some that we couldn't find when we were doing the ground. But we finished that. And Sharon's currently proofing the information, with the hydrant ID information. The initial database of the information is the sewer system, Marion County Water District. She's correlating those. Darren Thompson will then take that information, which includes the type of hydrant, inspection dates, and other stuff about it. He'll merge it with the attributes data that he has for the GPS information. He'll merge all the data, and then we can proceed with an application for an ISO iOS review, which will affect our insurance rates.
There's one more thing that I think we talked about, me and Keith and Sharon talked about, possibly looking into markers for those hydrants. A lot of them,
Recommendation that we might talk about. Some of the hydrants in the county, especially along Adam Hughes and the industrial, goes by limestone, they have antennas, little, it's like antennas that marks the location of them. And if we could maybe do afford that, it would be really good to mark the hydrants around the county. There's a couple hundred probably with those things, so they'd be easily found. Because they get grown up and some of them are hard to find.
That's what I was wondering too, when you get this all done, if we could maybe get a list for our own information, because I know I've got several, I know where most of them are and some of them don't.
So,
They'll actually be located on the map.
Okay.
Be good.
Mr. Mudd, would that help you guys out if we marked them like that? Or most of those are service hydrants, aren't they? Are they or not, or what are they?
Well, the bulk of what is going to help the ISO, or all the ones that's going to help the ISO are going to be the bigger hydrants. They're going to be either the two above ground double nozzle or the triple nozzle hydrants.
Right.
Those below ground hydrants and the single things are not,
They're just a fill station, more or less.
they go to flow in and they're not going.
Well, that's my question. The only question I have is that, I agree, obviously the ISO recognizes that the two valve or two knob, whatever you want to, exactly. And I understand on that and the pressure rating and so forth. The majority of what I call the underground or just the flush valve hydrants, whatever you want to call them, the fact is they're really no use to us from a fire safety standpoint. So the only reason I'm asking is that do we want to go to the cost of marking those? Now, if it helps you guys, that's great, but I don't know really what advantage.
my understanding through ISO, I went to last year to a couple of classes, and anything's better than nothing.
Oh, I agree with that.
So, I mean, that's kind of the way that ISO has been pretty stern. We got some firefighters in there who could tell you they are pretty stern the way they looked at it and were very hard to deal with, but they've kind of changed their ways a little bit. And they even mentioned that if you live out in say you're a 10 now and you've got a dry hydrant on your property, it's better than nothing. It does create some form of water for you, so they are giving credit to some of those also.
Let's do this. the only reason I ask is because, according to Emergency Management and so forth discussed in Frankfurt, they tell me that ISO does not recognize them. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, that's-
I don't know.
yeah.
My only thing is, if they do, then absolutely, I think, yeah, let's do it. But if they don't, my only point is, if they don't, then why should we go to the trouble
True,
of
I agree.
expense?
Well, I think that's going to be a call that we make to the
Yeah, we need-
ISO and ask
exactly.
them ourselves.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you have much trouble, Jimmy, with them getting hit or anything with people farming and mowing crews? Anything?
Occasionally, I never thought that.
I just thought if it would help, create any, or eliminate any problems.
The reason I put the ones around the bypass is just what you're talking about, where you just roll up around them. We try to keep those sprayed. And we put, those markers are fairly expensive. They're not a cheap item. They're kind of spring loaded. They come spring loaded. That way if something hits them, it won't break them. They got spring on.
What do they cost, do you know about?
I have a good price, been, like I said, that line was put in 2011, 2012. I'll get you a price on it, try to do the next thing.
Okay.
I'll probably do it,
But I feel like what we've done already has really helped. At least we know where our hydrants are at least they're addressed,
Where the water
and
sources are.
we know where they're at. So I feel like before, we didn't even know where our county hydrants were even at. So, anybody that was outside of a certain area basically didn't have any help with insurance or anything else. So I think by doing what we've done has been a huge help to us. So I thank Keith and Sharon for taking that on. And
Keith, those, you're gonna mark them all, they'll be on a map, but will they be designated like the dry hydrants that we put in to start with years ago? That we're not doing much of them anymore, but,
Underground or the above ground?
well, the ones like it goes to a pond, this goes to a water source. Now,
there's a store behind that.
this ain't a hydrant, it's just a pipe, comes up so they can stick a fire hose down it and pump water out of a lake or pond or something. But we put in several of those, didn't anything on those? Because I know I've got like 4 out there in my district.
Yeah, a few years ago they did that.
Yeah, before we started other stuff.
This is from here, they may want to work out the service.
They're like a 4 or 6 inch pipe just goes out into the water when it comes over to the edge of the road so they can pull up there and fill their trucks is all it's for. We might need, because there's several of them around.
We'd be glad to do it. We've got the device, we've got the time and the energy to do it. So
Well,
I will say that, I know out on the farm there, the county water company came and, put a metal post there, marked it on the road for me. That was nice. Didn't know where it was till then. So when I cut that water line open, it was great, so I knew where to go cut that water off, so,
Yeah, when you tore it.
Yeah, when I tore it up, yeah.
Now, those ones that they're talking about, they're not very kind of water.
No, they were put in by private. Yeah.
I know where some of them are.
Yeah, it's way with me. They were put in by like people like David Farmer or somebody that
Yeah.
they got approved. And at that time, there weren't any of these others around, and so they just put them in.
I think most of them were in your district, actually, though.
I know of 4 out there for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I say. I know where mine are, but we haven't put any in for several years.
there's one on Hazy Downs Road, I know that one, there's one there
One-
for 5 years.
One on Bald Knob Road.
I'd say that, I'd be one to say if you ask your fire chiefs, they probably got a really pretty good, most of the fire chiefs have a good idea of where they are. I'd say they do, so.
But it'd be good to know. I mean, it's something they could use.
yeah, we can find a location.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah.
Designated, they're not a hydrant, they're just a field.
Just a field station, basically.
Okay.
Sounds
Thank-
good. Thanks, Keith.
Oh, dang on it.
Sorry about that, Keith.
In my written report, it's something you all need to really consider, maybe make a decision on. We currently have approved permit modification to take construction debris waste to the transfer station.
Hallelujah.
We hadn't heard from Frankfurt as of December 15th, so I called them and they said, yes, we stand to approve December 1st. So we're approved, everybody's blessed might want to think about at some point transferring or construction of a landfill waste to the transfer station. It's going to take a little consideration on our part because there's going to be full house tear downs, I think, that we won't be taking. And I'll have to get some information out to the public through the media and also through a handout. But we're going to need a time frame, a date, where we probably would want to go to the transfer station and close our existing CDD landfill. I would suggest maybe March 1st. We want to do that quickly, or April 1st. I don't think we could do it. Jimmy had mentioned February 1st, but I think it's quick.
It'd be full by April 1st? It would be full by April?
No, it won't be full,
But
but
sooner or later, you're going to cut the rug and move forward. But let me ask you this: is the thought process to as we are to move into this slowly? For example, to leave Randall open out there for simultaneously with the one out at the transfer station for maybe a week or two, or just to say this is the date that we're closing those gates out there, and you bring it out here.
I thought we were gonna try it out here for like a month or two.
Right.
See if this is gonna work. If it don't work, we're gonna move back and we're gonna decide what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we want to shut the gates out here, try it out here for 2 or 3 months. Okay, that's right. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, that'd be good. That
So
way-
what Keith is asking is that we need to come up with a hard date to when we're going to make that.
well, there's really two parts to it. One is the drop dead date when we want to go to the transfer station. And the second in my report, that we want to alter the fee schedule. I gave you a copy of that in my report.
Yes.
What we're currently charging. I think probably smaller loads, like the farm wagon and pickup truck loads, we would not want to do anything with that because that's traditionally what people dump on the side of the road. But maybe larger loads, and the ones that are put in our current trailer, Jimmy can tell you about that. From the warehouse tear down, and go in our trailer, we might want to.
Yeah, it's a tremendous resource that we offer to the citizens, but at the same time, to a great degree, unfortunately, there's been some that have abused it, okay? So I think unfortunately, we're going to have to, from a county perspective, we're going to have to get much tougher in regards to how we do manage that waste coming in out at the transfer station. So we're going to have, there's no doubt. And as far as the rate schedule goes, I looked at that. I think that's something that we need to look at and vote on, because I think the information you provided is excellent. I think it's a good thought process.
Third part of the problem, too.
How many more parts of this problem you got? You said there were 2, now you're at 3, Keith. All right.
Currently take brush out there, and the brush that people run off, we're having to pay Fox Superior now. You all have already proved that. They're grinding out there as we speak. That has been a free service. Maybe we need to do some kind of a token charge, $1, something to help recoup the $6,500 that we're going to have to pay to get the 26 loads of
You can't find us a grant for that? You do so well on other grants. So.
nothing but that's something we might want to consider.
Right.
Minimum fee, I don't think would hurt anybody. A lot of those people that are doing it are commercial
Yeah.
people out there anyway.
Well, see that,
so,
again.
Commercial people need to be charged for sure.
Residential.
Right.
commercial.
I was going to say, because
Separation. If the guy's done it to make money with, make a living,
because I've been out there, and you'll see somebody back up with their car, and they'll have a couple of bags of leaves, or they'll have a pickup truck with some leaves or grass clippings. But then you're right, you'll see one of the contractors or somebody pull in there, and they got a whole back end of a cattle truck basically full of wood.
Contractors need to
legs
pay.
or wood, and they go on the same. So I think that is something we have to address. That's a very good point.
yeah, we'll have to make a decision on that some way or another.
The same way with the garbage. We got a lot of contractors. We're gonna have to do something.
Yep, same thing, same concept. Yeah.
It's a wonderful service. It really is. Rush,
Well, it is, but we have to be able to manage it, and we have to be able to
keep doing it.
continue to justify it. So,
Yeah.
Judge, if you want to.
do we got a March 1st date that do y'all want to decide on?
And then we're gonna try it for how long? 2 months?
Let's try for, 90 days, I think 90 days.
Long enough to.
Or you want 60 days?
Does March 1st give us enough time to get around?
March first good, man. We need, I believe we need to decide something before July 1st, though, don't we?
Yeah.
We need to make sure we're gonna know what we're gonna do before July 1st.
Yeah,
Generally speaking, in the spring, you have more of that kind of stuff anyway. Weather gets better.
Yeah, so if we start March and we go for 90 days, that'll put us the end of June. So,
That's when we
You
have to know
prefer
what we're
60
gonna do
days?
by the end of June.
let's go 60 days then,
60
okay?
days.
How about that, yeah. Give us a little time.
That's my understanding of Hayes Materials, Judge, you might disagree, to prorate the rental on the lease agreement, monthly prorate. In other words, if we had a drop dead date of March 1st at the old landfill, then April, May, and June, I assume would not be due as far as the lease goes.
Yeah, we're paying that monthly now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
month 30, I think it has a 30-day cancellation clause in it.
And it's $25,000 a year, prorated at 12 months.
so between now and March 1st, we need to get some kind of rate sheet set, so me and Keith and Jimmy and anybody else like to get involved. I mean,
Well, I think what we,
Back to the court.
yeah.
We need to keep it, straight what we're gonna spend on all this project. I'm not saying we need to go buy the hay material and one of those outfits, but let's not cost ourselves a bunch of money over what it would cost the other way.
well, Judge, Judge, I'd say that if yourself and Keith and Jimmy, along with Mr. Cochran, if you guys want to look at it and then come back to the court with your suggested rate, I think, or suggested ideas, and we can take it from there.
Sounds good.
Thank you, guys. Is that the last point you have, Mr. Brock? You know, Christmas is in a few days. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for everything you do, and have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Keith.
Merry Christmas.
Doing a great job, thank you.
Have you ever told you'll tell your grandson one of these days, listen, you can ask me 10 questions today, that's it.
I'm sorry, did you say I'm young enough to be your